Good day, everyone. Today we will present to you our project in Contact Center entitled The Role of Emotional Intelligence in Building Customer Loyalty. But before that, I am Jevelyn Santos and joining me are my group members. We have Joel Asignado, Melanie Morales, Kailin De Arce, and Angelito Tolentino. So let's begin with Chapter 1, the Introduction. In this chapter, we will present the background of the study, its purpose, and its objectives.
Before we proceed to the discussion, let me first ask, why is it important for the companies to follow up with their customers after acting on the feedback? In today's competitive world, customers' loyalty is important than ever. Having a good product isn't enough. Businesses need to go extra miles for their customers keep coming back. Let me define first what is emotional intelligence. It means able to notice, to understand, and manage emotions, your own and other people's. It helps them to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting emotionally. Emotional intelligence or EQ helps employees deal with stress, show empathy, and communicate clearly. These skills are important, especially when dealing with confused or upset customers. Customers don't just remember how they bought; they remember how they treated. So more likely, employees who stay calm and the customers that they think they feel heard are more likely to come back and build long-lasting loyalty. Emotional intelligence has a direct effect on customers on how they feel about the brand. If the customer has a positive emotional experience, they are more likely to return. This project aims to explore how emotional intelligence helps the businesses build stronger relationship with the customers. In employees, emotional intelligence focuses on how they can improve customer experience. This project, this study, has its objectives. First, define what is emotional intelligence and its role, and next, explain it what is the impact in customer service loyalty. Customers not because of a bad product, but because of poor service. So staff with high emotional intelligence makes are more likely to make their customers feel valued. That results to better trust and loyalty. Media and online reviews, one bad experience can cost a business a lot. Emotional intelligence helps staff to handle the tough situation like this calmly and build customers' trust even when things went wrong. Who will be the beneficiary of this study? This study benefits business owners, customer service teams, managers, and students. And according to the study, it offers real life insights into how emotional intelligence can lead to better outcomes. This project has its chapters: first, the introduction, next, the literary review, next is the methodology, and lastly, the findings. It's all about how emotional intelligence can improve customer loyalty in a real business setting. So in this part, I will be explaining the part of each of our member. First, I kindly discusses the background and the purpose of the study, while Joel focus on the chapter 2, which explain on the theories and key concepts, while Jevelyn and Melanie work on the data gathering methods, and lastly, Angelito work on chapter 4, which includes discussing the conclusion and recommendations.
Next is the chapter 2. This chapter explains the main idea and theories that is related to our topic. So these are the definition of relevant terms and concepts. First is customer loyalty. It refers to a customer's willingness to return to a business repeatedly. This usually happens when they had a positive experience, they are satisfied with the service, and they develop trust in that product or in that business. So in the context of our study, loyalty is not just about the company or the product itself. It's about how customers are treated. When customers are valued and listened to, they are more likely to stay loyal even if there's other option that available. Number two is self-awareness. It means understanding your own emotions, strengths, and weaknesses. In customer service, this is very important because uh, how you feel can affect on how you respond. An emotionally intelligent employee is aware of their emotions and can understand before reacting, especially during stressful situations. So this helped them to stay calm and handle customers' concern in a professional way and respectful way. Lastly is emotional regulation. So it is the ability to manage your own emotions, especially during those challenging and stressful moments with customers. So in customer service, it means you are staying composed when you are facing angry and frustrated customers. Instead of reacting with the same energy of customers, emotionally intelligent employees that can control their responses, which leads to better, smoother conversations and helps to build their trust with customers.
So next here, we have the framework of Daniel Goleman for emotional intelligence. So I will discuss the five key components of his work. But before discussing those five key components, let us briefly know what is Daniel Goleman's is. So as we delve into reviewing his background, Daniel Goleman is an American psychologist, an author, and a science journalist who introduced or who become well known for popularizing the concept of emotional intelligence or EQ. He introduced the idea to a wider audience through his best-selling book named Emotional Intelligence, published in 1995. In that book, he argued that that the emotional intelligence can be just more important than IQ. So EQ is more important in determining the success in life of individual. So especially in relationships and in our workplace. So Goldman identified that the five components are we have here self awareness, we have here self regulation, motivation, empathy, and the social skills. So these fives are really help individuals to understand and manage emotions effectively. So his work also has a big impact in the field or to the field in the field of education, the business, and the leadership. So emotional intelligence are crucial in these three fields, as I mentioned. So these were become an understanding of emotion is essential or is important for building strong human connections. So first, we have here the first component of Daniel Goleman's. We have the self-awareness in service. Self-awareness. So self-awareness, it means that the employees or that the agent must understand their own emotions and how those emotions can affect their behavior. So uh, when someone is self-aware, they can recognize when they are starting to feel frustrated, when they are starting to feel stressed, when they are started to feel being upset, when or during a customer conversation or a customer interaction. So this self-awareness really help them to pause, to think before they react. So which which these components, which this kind of component leads to a more calm situations, leads to a thoughtful way of interactions and a professional way of responses. So instead of letting our emotions take over, so we must to be self-aware. We must to be a self-aware employee, self-aware agent. So if you are self-aware, you can stay in control. You can make it easier to handle difficult situations and keep the customer experience positive. The second component of Daniel Goleman, the self-regulation. So in self-regulation, it is something the ability of employee or an agent possess on how they manage and control their emotions, especially in a challenging situation. So in customer service, this means that staying calm, staying composed in ourselves or in your emotions, in dealing with rude or in dealing with an angry or difficult customers, uh, instead of reacting with frustration or reacting or showing irritation, emotionally intelligent employees use self-regulation. So in self-regulation, you keep your emotions in check. So this would help maintain a positive and a professional attitude, and this this would de-escalate the tense of the situation, and this would lead to a better outcome for both the customer and the business. So the third components of Daniel Goleman's in emotional intelligence is empathy. So we have the power of empathy in customer service. It is all about it is something about truly understanding and connecting with how the customer feels. So when employee or when an agent show empathy, they're not just listening, they are showing that they care, are showing how the customer feelings matter. So this would make sense how customer feel valued and interested or being respected. So by acknowledging their concerns or frustrations with kindness and also understanding, it would build a trust, it would provide or it would create an emotional connections. So over time, so this kind of uh, care, it would strengthen the customer loyalty. And because of people tend to stay loyal to the brand or to your company, to the company itself, it will treat them with a real human understanding. So power of empathy is really essential in customer service. So the next is the role of motivation in emotional intelligence. So the role of motivation, it is something referring to having an inner drive of ourselves, having an inner drive of an employee to do well and to achieve the goals. So it is not just for gaining rewards or getting rewards, but because of the work itself, the work that matters. So in customer service, motivated employees stay focused on delivering um, excellent service. So even when the tasks are too repetitive, or uh, even the tasks are so stressful to us, so the positive attitude that pushes to that employee or to the employee, it goes with alignment to the mission and the standard of the company. So this kind of motivation would help maintain the consistency in quality service. So it keeps the customer satisfied and keep the customer loyal over time. So it matters if you have m- it matters if you have being motivated to yourself. So the last component in Daniel Goldsman's framework is social skills. So the value of social skills. So here it is something how well employees or how well an agent can communicate, how well an employee can build relationships and handle conflicts in a professional way. So in customer service, a strong social skills could help the staff listen actively, respond clearly to the customers, and stay respectful in a way that you can address complaints or misunderstandings. So these skills also make it easier to connect with customers, build trust, and leave a positive impression. So good social interactions isn't just about talking. It is about making customer that they feel comfortable with you and respected, which it is something that could result to a key long-term loyalty of that customer. To discuss the current service challenge, a common issue or challenge in a customer service today or nowadays is that many employees find it difficult for them to manage their emotions. So when they are faced or they encountered some dissatisfied customers, these situations can be so stressful or emotionally draining for them, especially when they face or they encountered an aggressive customer. So without a proper emotional management skills, employees may respond defensively to that customer or to the customer, and they can eventually respond frustration with the customer. So with that kind of scenario or challenge, it would escalate the situation instead of resolving it. So therefore, this challenge would highlight the need for a better emotional support, training, and also tools that can help the service staff to stay calm and also to make the employees professional and effective during or even facing high pressure interactions with the customers. So as I discussed earlier about the current service challenge faced by employees, so when customer service becomes emotionally demanding or difficult for them, it looks or it may seems like a challenge. So but it also a chance for businesses to improve and grow. So here I will discuss the challenge turns into opportunities. So those kind of tough or hard moments faced by the employees, it could open a door for businesses or company to think for solutions to strengthen both the team and also the customer's experience. So first here I will discuss one great opportunity is by providing emotional intelligence training for customer service staff. So here this kind of training, it would help employees better understand and manage their own emotions, recognize customer emotions, and respond with empathy and professionalism. And therefore, this would lead to a better interactions, uh, a higher customer satisfactions, and more confident service teams. So next, by applying another opportunity also by using advanced technology like emotion analytics and sentiment analysis tools. So these two tools are being useful to customer service because it can detect vocal tones, word choices, they can identify the emotional cues possessed or portrayed by the employees. So it can quickly respond to customer needs, and therefore they can adjust the communication styles and offer more personalized support. So turning emotional signals into actionable insights. So by applying emotional training to every employee, and by having or by integrating AI technology, it could possibly uh, address those challenges as I mentioned earlier. So, throughout the support of some cited sources here, like I attach here some cited sources to support how emotional intelligence are crucial or important in building customer loyalty. So, it tells that customer service is no longer just about solving problems quickly. It tells that it is about understanding how customer feels. So therefore, that's why there was a growing trend of combining emotional intelligence or this EQ plus the technology or the advanced technology. So businesses are now using AI tools like I mentioned earlier, the emotion analytics and the sentiment analysis. These two would really help to better understand how customer emotions during interactions. So the two tools can detect the tone of the voice, the word choice, and the facial expression itself. It can also identify the customer if it is being frustrated, or if the customer is happy, confused, or dissatisfied to the agent or to the employee they encountered. So by integrating these tools or combining these tools, the uh, by applying the technology with emotional intelligence, it would help the agent to respond more empathetical and more professional. So it could better improve the overall customer's experience, and it would build a stronger connections if they apply the EQ plus the technology. To discuss the last part in the discussion of key concepts in chapter 2, here the example diagram. These are the example diagrams that shows or highlights how emotional intelligence plays a key role in building customer loyalty by focusing the four main areas. As you can see, as you can read here, by focusing these four areas, these elements or areas work together to create more personal, more respectful, and more emotionally aware of customer experiences. So By applying these four areas, it would lead to a stronger relationships and a long-term loyalty of customer.
We have chapter 3. So we will explain here the research methodology, including how data will be collected and analyzed. For our study, we use two qualitative methods for data gatherings. Number one is interviews, and number two is focus group discussion. So these were both conducted online via Google Meet to ensure the convenience and the safety of our participants. Especially, we consider their availability and the need for flexible scheduling. So the purpose of these methods was to gain in-depth insights into how emotional intelligence, including traits like empathy, self-awareness, and emotional regulations, helps in building and maintaining customer loyalty. For the interview method, we spoke with 5 call center agents from the sales and customer service departments. So the goal was to explore how they will apply empathy or how they apply empathy, self-awareness, and emotional regulation during their interaction with customers. So each agent shared their personal experience in handling difficult situations, like when dealing with some irritated and emotional customers. So their insights help us to understand how emotional intelligence is used in real life scenarios to improve the service quality at to improve the service quality and maintain customer trust. So here are some of the interview questions that we asked to the call center agents. First is, how do you usually handle irate or irritated or disappointed customers? Second is, can you share a situation where your ability to understand a customer emotions helped to resolve an issue? And third is, in your opinion, how important is emotional intelligence in ensuring customer satisfaction and loyalty? So the answer of this question gave us a meaningful perspective and recurring themes in how emotional intelligence affects the customer's experience. For the focus group discussions, we invited one group of 10 customers who had direct experience interacting with customer service team. So the goal of this was to encourage open sharing of their experiences, perceptions, and opinions related to how they were treated emotionally as customers. So this method allowed us to observe group dynamics and gather a variety of insights in a conversational setting. So their response helped us better understand what specific behaviors and attitudes from staff that made them feel valued, respected, and more loyal to a brand. So these are the some of the discussion prompts we used during the focus group session. First is, how do you feel when service employees handle your concerns with patience and understanding? Second is, what behavior or actions from staff make you feel valued as customer? And third is, do you believe emotional intelligence affects your decision to stay loyal to a brand or business? So these prompts encourage honest and personal feedback, which gave us a deeper understanding of customers' expectation and emotional needs.
Aside from the main data collected from interviews and focus group discussions, other sources were also used to support the study. So this include journals, articles, and academic materials related to emotional intelligence and customer loyalty. This source help give reliable background information such as definition, history, existing ideas, and the key findings from the previous study. The data from the interviews and focus group discussions were carefully reviewed to find common ideas about emotional intelligence and customer loyalty. So the quotes below, as we can see in second column, those are the chosen because they are clearly show the most common and important responses. So the interview with 5 call center agents revealed common themes, and those are empathy, emotional regulations, and building trust and loyalty. Next, data presentation for focus group discussions. So the response from the focus group discussions were reviewed to find common ideas about how emotional intelligence affects to the customer experiences. So the quotes below highlight the most meaningful points shared by the participants, and those main ideas or themes are patient and understanding, feeling value, and customer loyalty brand on treatment. Based on the interview we conducted with 5 call center agents, the most employees said that showing care and staying calm helped them to deal with angry customers. So this made it easier to fix problems without a conflict. Customer liked this behavior and that treatment because they felt comfortable. So because of this, they started to trust the company and stay loyal to them. Next, based on focus group with 10 participants, customers shared that they value patient listening and understanding from the staff. So this action made them feel respected and important. So because of this, they were more likely to stay loyal to the business even if the product is so very expensive. This method were chosen because they help us understand the real thoughts and feelings of the participant. So through interviews, we can hear personal story and detailed opinions. In focus group discussion, allow a participant to share and react to each other's idea, which give us a wider view of the topic. The data is reliable and valid because it was collected from a participant who have experience in customer service. Interviews and focus group discussions help us understand the topic better. So the participants were carefully chosen because they are directly involved in the subject matter. So before we start the interview and focus group discussion, the participants were told about the purpose of the study before they joined. They gave their consent to participate, and their privacy was protected. So they were also told that they could leave the study at any time without any problems.
So now let's move on to the final part of our presentation, which is the chapter 4 or the discussion. So it includes the conclusion and the recommendations based on what we learned from our study.
This study shows that the emotional intelligence is a big role when it comes to the customer service and customer loyalty. It's not just about the product or the service. It's about how employees treat their customer emotionally. When call center agents show empathy, stay calm, and respond with care, it builds trust and makes the customer feel valued, even during complaint. A respectful and understanding can turn a negative one into a positive experience. So customers said that they stay loyal to the companies that make them feel heard and appreciated, even if the price is higher. So emotional intelligence is a powerful tool that helps the business keep the customer loyal and stand out to the competitive market. For the recommendation, first, we should train our employees with the emotional intelligence. EQ help us to manage our emotion, have a better communication, and work effectively with the other. And then the second one, it's important to include the EQ to our hiring and evaluation process by looking at how the candidates or the employee handle their stress, empathy, and teamwork. For the third one, use a real example during training. Sharing them the real workplace situation helps the employee understand how emotional intelligence applies in everyday interaction in the workplace. And the fourth one is, it is important to support employee well-being. When people feel valued and care, they are more likely to manage their emotions well and build a strong relationship at work. This included a wellness program, mental health support, or encouraging them a healthy work-life balance. Lastly, combining the emotional intelligence with the technology by using tools like the communication apps, feedback platform, and mindfulness apps. Example, the Headspace, Calm, or the Insight Timer. This application helps the employees manage their stress. It's also improve the emotional awareness and enhance overall well-being, leading to a better teamwork.